Well, we're going to have a good time. We're going to learn a little bit more about you. We'll learn a whole lot about Spencer Rocket football and who knows what else we'll get into here during the show. But so as we get started here, people that are new to the audience or maybe new to Spencer Columbus football, how long have you been coaching, and how do you stay motivated to keep coming back every year?
Well, this would be my 8th year as a varsity coach there, and it's a big part of, I think, kind of my family's life as a whole, and so definitely have that support from home, and the work ethic that our kids and our coaches put in is fantastic. So it's really just a pleasure to be there. A great opportunity in that sense from my perspective.
One thing I forgot, and so just for those watching here, I usually prep the coaches ahead of time for everything we're going to talk about. But one thing I forgot, and Coach, I promise it's not a trick question. Right. Just talk briefly about the partnership with Columbus Catholic, and then the kids that come over and how they contribute and how they make the team what it is.
Yeah, it's really a fantastic relationship that we continue to grow that relationship between the two schools and the communities, and kind of create that one unique SC community and SC family. So there's a lot of support, I think, on both sides, both sets of parents, both communities, and once we get out on the football field, we don't really then even notice, as far as who's from Spencer, who's from Columbus, anything along those lines. So there's just been a lot of supportive people along the way, and a few logistics here and there that we have to figure out, but it's been a great thing. It gives kids the opportunity to play football that might not otherwise have the opportunity. And just that ability to grow and work together as a team, and it's pretty neat just to see how all the guys get along, and it's all as one team.
Yeah, and it looks like it even extends beyond football. As I travel around central Wisconsin all year long, throughout all the seasons, I see Spencer kids at a Columbus game or Columbus kids at the Spencer softball game. So it really is just a big community is what it's turned out to be, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like I say, there's just a lot of really good people involved on both sides, and kind of to the point where, like I say, once we're up and running, you lose track of who's who, and it really doesn't matter. So it's been a great thing, and creates opportunities for kids. Yeah.
All right. Well, good. Thanks, Coach, for that. So as we look back to 2017, here's a couple scores from last year: 54-22, 62-8, 54-0. Just your thoughts on 2017.
Overall, I thought that it was a very good season. I thought we performed well for the most part. We were pretty dynamic, I think, in all three areas of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. So overall, it was a very good year. A little bit short of what we wanted to accomplish in some areas, but nonetheless, anytime that you're winning 9 football games in a year, it's tough to do, and the kids should be proud of their accomplishments.
Yeah, and it was fun for us to watch. We got a chance to do a number of highlights of the football games last year. Also live streams. We'll be doing live streams again in 2018, along with highlights, and you can find all that at ZaleskiSportsShow.com and on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. So you talked about maybe it didn't end exactly the way that you wanted. Those kids that are now seniors and juniors, they were juniors and sophomores last year during that playoff run. You won the first playoff game. And then ran into Amherst, and as it turns out, a lot of teams ran into Amherst and bounced off. Just talk about what that experience now means and how that can translate to action on the football field this year.
Yeah, the experience is great, and anytime you go against good football teams, you learn something about yourself, whether as a coach, as a player, as a team, and there's nothing else that can really replicate those types of experience. So when you look at a team like Amherst, and you look at a team like a Stanley Boyd or an Eau Claire Regis, playing in those games is extremely valuable, and having the number of kids we have coming back, having had those experiences, I do think bodes well. It's a little bit different sometimes in those games, and how you handle situations, and we want to just continue to improve in those situations.
Yeah, and Coach, I'll give you a chance now to call out maybe just a handful of those seniors that are on this year's team, and what you expect out of them and the whole senior class this year.
Yeah, we do have a nice, very experienced senior class coming back, and they've played a lot of football. They love the game. They've been very motivated. I've been very impressed with the pace of practice and whatnot, which a lot of times is dictated by our older kids. And so when you look at Logan Schernitz is a really standout two-way player on offense, defense. Carson Hildebrandt both at running back and linebacker. Jared Mandel has a lot of experience at quarterback for us, really entering his third year as a starter. That's a really big piece of things. And so when you look at the number of those kids, those three kids, you throw in like an Ethan Meese as a defensive back and a tight end. A lot of these guys have been playing since they were sophomores. So not only are they experienced seniors, they're a little bit more experienced than a lot of times you'll see.
Yeah. Coach, you mentioned a couple of those names. So hitting newsstands all across central Wisconsin here in the next couple days is our fall sports magazine. You had an opportunity to be interviewed for the magazine. We even put your picture in it. How about that, huh? And then Jared Mandel and Logan there inside the magazine. They can folks can pick those up all across central Wisconsin and right there in Spencer as well. So we're really proud of that magazine. I think we're going to have some good fun with it. And like you said, some of those kids that you called out there got an opportunity to be in the magazine. So we look forward to kind of staying in touch that way. As the season progresses, there's no doubt that you don't finish the season like you started. The team changes, gets better, gets different. Maybe who are some of those others, maybe sophomores, juniors, that have a chance to really propel themselves through the season?
Yeah, that's one of those questions you don't totally know. Coming into a season, you have an idea of your depth chart, and you get into a week or two, and that changes pretty quickly, and you do an inter-squad scrimmage, and it changes more, and a scrimmage and more, and so until you play a game on a Friday night or a Thursday or Saturday, an actual game, you're not totally sure what you have. So I do think there's a number of kids that really could be on the verge of a breakout. I've been very impressed with Austin Bacon. He's really come into camp this year, and both as a running back and as a safety, he's been pretty dynamic. We've got Nate Carroll back, who was kind of a force last year on the offensive and defensive lines. So, those are a couple more kids that I think will be, pretty big contributors. Hayden Ballman had some pretty good experience by the end of last year too as a sophomore, so he's coming back as a junior here. So, those are a few kids, but like I say, we don't know till we hit the game, and every year there's surprises, and it's amazing how much your depth chart changes from, your mini camp through your training camp to game one to the end of the season, and our guys do pride themselves on continuing to compete throughout the year, and I think that's a nice staple of our program that kids are always looking to get better.
Yeah, good. Well, we're really looking forward to the 2018 football season overall, and Spencer Columbus, a big part of that, and to kind of show an example of that. Again, I mentioned live streams here a couple times. Live streams available at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Friday, August 17th, our game of the week is Spencer Stratford. Now, talk about two Central Wisconsin heavyweights, and then you get the chance to go nose to nose with the Stratford Tigers in week one. What are you looking for in that game?
Well, they're a very good team. We're excited to play them. It's going to be physical. They're well coached. They're very fundamentally sound, technique sound, and they have a lot of size and strength too. So I think that, when you look at their defensive line, it's one of the best that I've seen on film, and that's always tough to start up with. So we do look forward to the matchup. Like I say, they're a program that we have a lot of respect for, and very quality program. It's a great measuring stick early on as far as where we're at and where we need to go, what we need to improve upon. So I would expect it to be a very physical game. There's a lot of good football players on the field on both sides of the ball that know what they're doing too. And look forward to the atmosphere. I think to have the two towns, so close to each other there. Both communities travel very well, and so we're anticipating a pretty large crowd. It should be a great environment. One of those, just Friday night high school, football game, Friday night lights, environments that a lot of people look forward to.
Yeah, like I said, Coach, I mean, I don't know a bigger game that I could even dream up to start the season. You mentioned the proximity, 11 miles. I mean, some folks, that's pretty short. Some people could even walk if they left early enough in the afternoon. And so you kind of mentioned it. I don't know that there'd be many people left at home in either community. I think that's going to be jam-packed. So get down there early, game time, 7 p.m., as always. Broadcast starts at 6:40. We're really looking forward to it. Coach, aside from that, that game will come and go, win or lose. There's going to be many more games. How do you kind of handicap the whole 2018 season? Or maybe a better question, what are the goals for the season? We
really have to focus 1 week at a time, especially in our conference. There's a lot of quality opponents, and after week 1, we'll have a much better idea of where we are at, and you take a look at some of the other scores around the league and see where other teams are at. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. We know that we'll have tough opponents early and often, and we just have to try to focus in at that one opponent at a time.
Yeah, good. Well, again, Coach, we're very excited about Rocket football this year. I know you are too. The live stream schedule I mentioned a couple times. We'll be at many of your games. Others that will be highlighted, and you're going to be definitely well covered this year. We're really looking forward to it. Thanks for spending time on the couch. I hope it was good for you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate the coverage as always.
Thank you for watching the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Stop at Hillers now and get $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. No trades needed. Hillers will not be undersold. Hillers True Value on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. All games live now. 4 games for you to choose from. Spencer, Columbus, Marshfield, Stratford, Pittsville, all at ZaleskiSportsShow.com.
An update in the Brewers score. The Brewers now lead going into the 9th inning, 4-0. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and students of Marshfield High School, we welcome you to historic Field Stadium for tonight's Valley Football Association contest between DC Everest Evergreens and your Marshfield Tigers. The game is being played under the support of the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and in accordance with the rules and regulations governing the conduct of athletic contests between representatives of WIAA member schools. We welcome the National Guard to tonight's game. The National Guard hopes to fire their howitzer after Tiger touchdowns and at other times throughout the night. So that's a warning.
No, they did not.
I didn't think you were coming. What? That's my spot. Oh, we couldn't control it.
Find a parking spot close.
At this time, please stand, gentlemen, remove your caps, and direct your attention to midfield. Tonight's colors are being presented by the Wood County Color Guard. Following the colors, the presentation of the colors, join the Madrigal Singers under the direction of Mr. Greg Ryerson for the singing of our national anthem.
Quarter on. Ready? Right shoulder on. Ready? Breathe in. On.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of us were singing there. Yea, prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Marshfield High School and the WIA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the game. First, as a team, the DC Everest Evergreens. And now for your Marshfield Tigers. For the Tigers tonight, it is senior night, and so we will be honoring all of the seniors on this year's Marshfield Tigers varsity team. Tonight, number 2, Brant Bowman. Number 3, Nolan Hurdle. Number 4, Ryan Krieger. Number 5, Will Boss. Number 7, Jackson Ott. Number 8, Mason Cochran. Number 9, Don Zimmerman. Number 10, Caden Pierce. Number 16, Bentley Schwabeck Osterman. Number 19, Justin Stanek. Number 20, Riley Bouchak. Number 23, Caleb Speck. Number 24, Preston Wagner. Number 26, Isaiah Byrell. Number 31, Malachi Fixon. Number 35, Jace Langmeyer. Number 41, Justin Cruzy. Number 51, Alex Stein. Number 53, Kieran Buck. Number 60, Adam Wall. Number 63, Dave Racher. Number 64, Sam Hazley. Number 67, Brody Anderson. Number 72, Eric Colts. Number 77, Cody Bry. Number 81, Alex Wehrman. Number 84, Brandon Bird. Number 92, Ryan Zaborski. And number 96, Dylan Cruz. The senior cheerleaders who are also out on the field tonight are Melanie Hoffenbradel, Brittany Sternweiss, Shelby Lang, Lindsay Tyrell, Michaela Carley, Kennedy Durkee, Stacia Beer, and Savannah Egger. Let's congratulate all of our seniors tonight. We also have 2 managers out on the field that are seniors as well. Carly Lugard and Hannah Cronquist. Let's give them a nice round of applause too. And the board game has just gone final at 4-0 voting in favor of our board. Everest returns the opening kick to about the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Gus.
Smart defense! All right, please!
That pass to number 9, Clinton, is incomplete. Bryson with the carry, the fumble recovery by Tilton. Holding is the call. Signs made the tackle for the Tigers. Tilton falls incomplete, covered by Ott. That'll make it 4th down for Everest. Heffernan with the punt return. Ball's placed at the 38-yard line of Everest. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. With the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. Edwards with the tackle. Number 10, Caden Pierce with the carry. Good for a Tiger, 1st down. Ball placed at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ostrowski made the tackle. Tyler with the carry, gains about 2. Koski with the tackle. Pass to Gale falls incomplete. Nice coverage on the play by Petracki. One with carrier on the left side.
Field goal!
Ball placed at the 13-yard line, inside the 13. Kick is no good. Tonight we celebrate and recognize and honor Beal Stadium. We encourage fans to stay in their seats at halftime tonight for a presentation by the Marshfield Police Association recognizing and honoring Officer Fred Beal and this 77-year-old stadium. The students with the carry gains about 2. Hurdle made the tackle, 2nd and 8. carry, Ott with the tackle. Good for an Everest first down. Weitzman with the carry, Ott with the tackle, gain of 1 on the play. Carry by Reitzman, there's a flag down the play. Werman made the stop. Holding is called against Everest. Timeout called by Everest.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chile, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
Interception by Phil Peck.
Come on, defense, nigga! Go on, defense! Put the pounds down, let's go!
Reitzman with the carry. Gets back nearly to the original line of scrimmage, 4th down. Gus with the tackle. is wound up at the 39-yard line of the Tigers. Tigers take over there, 1st and 10. With a nice carry up the middle. Good for a Tiger first down. Petracchi with the tackle. Deal with the reception, Petracchi with the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down. Flag down at the end of the play. Carried by Brent Coleman. Personal foul on Everest. Down the hit is the call. $15-yard penalty takes it out to the 29-yard line of Everest. Viral with the carry. Petracchi with the tackle. Gain of 3. 2nd down. Viral with the short gain on the play. Samuelson made the tackle. With the reception of the Ron Cougar pass. Touchdown Tigers. kick is good. Score 7-0 in favor of Tigers.
What to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Wondering what to feed your team after?
Multiple flags down on the play. Tackle made by Cochran. Return by Hilton. Five-yard face mask penalty is accepted at the end of the return. Ball placed at the 46-yard line of the Tigers. First and 10 for Everest.
All right, defense. Come on, guys.
Flag down on the play. Tackle by Kuzi. Gain of 1 on the play. The illegal formation is the call against Everest. It is declined. Gain 1, second down.
Right now, D. Come on, defense. Run them up.
Shortly, we'll be announcing the winner of the 50-50 raffle. Tonight's prize is $500. So get your ticket credit.
Back defense.
spot is incomplete. Flag down on the play. If you had a red ticket, you are out. Passes complete to Hollenbeck. Busak with the tackle. If you have an orange ticket, you are out. Andressi with the carry. Werman with the stop. That's a first down at the 16.
Come on, boys!
Nice stop by Gus. Stop from behind the line of scrimmage. If you have a blue ticket, you have a chance. So keep your blue tickets out. The quarterback keeper by Biden-Kowski. Gus made the stop. The winner of the 50-50 drawing is blue ticket number 268904. 268904. You can pick up your prize on the north end at the food stand on the north end. Quarterback keeper again falls into the backfield. Ostrowski with that carry. 4th and 10. Pass was complete to Honda. kick is good. And that is the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter of play, the score is 7-7.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Good property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Good property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's
with the carry. Gilman made the stop at the 35-yard line. Tigers take over there, 1st and 10. Sam Hinson got the run on the play. Petracki made the tackle. 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Let's go!
Dingle with the reception, Petracki with the tackle. That'll make it 3rd and 3.
All right, they're up good. Move them chains.
Bowman with the 1st down. Pedranowicz with the tackle. Bowman with the carry around left end. Pedranowicz with the tackle. 9-yard gain, 2nd and short.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage.
Zimmerman made the tackle. Racing with the return, ball placed at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Sainz made the tackle. Short gain on the play, 2nd and 9. Pass ball is incomplete. Ott with the coverage. 3rd and long.
Isaiah's your first protector. You see these guys coming.
Flag is down after the play. Illegal man downfield is caught. Penalty is declined, making it 4th down. With the fair catch at the 41-yard line. Ball play safe, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Trigger with the quarterback keeper. Short gain on the play. 2nd and 9. Kadranowicz with the tackle. Pass to Pierce, ball's incomplete. 3rd and 9.
Should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank better. Again, tonight we celebrate, recognize, and honor Field Stadium. We encourage fans to stay in their seats at halftime for a presentation by the Marshfield Police Association, recognizing and honoring Officer Fred Beal in this 77-year-old stadium.
Let's go!
Meisner. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Two-yard gain on the play. Ball shot out of bounds. There's a flag down. Holding is the call against Everest. Penalty was declined, making it 4th down. Everest ball.
Hey, big time, G! Big time! Step up! All right, let's show them B!
Pass was intended for Tilton. Stuck with the coverage. 2nd down. Fumble was recovered by Everest. Lost a couple on the play, 3rd down. Timeout, Everest. Leave a legacy. The Building on a Tradition of Excellence capital campaign is in full gear. As mentioned tonight, members of the campaign committee were here to answer questions and provide information about this campaign, detailing how every Tiger fan can be a part of this movement. Stadium construction has begun and our goal of $7 million is within reach. Ask a committee member, contact the athletic department, or check the back of your program for information on how you can leave your legacy today.
All right, defense. All right, Big D, let's go. Let's step them right up. Come on, defense, dig in. Pass.
Flag is down at the end of the play. call against the Tigers. Foreman with a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on, defense!
Foreman with another nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 8 on the play. Third down.
Come on, boys!
Penalty flag is down. So there's game against the offense.
Okay, now help.
Pass ball is incomplete, making it 3rd and long. 4th and long, pick that.
All right, geez.
Penalties against Everest, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Come on, Becky, hold him.
Timeout Everest.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive serves Marshfield.
Pass ball is incomplete. Making it Tiger first down.
Good job, team.
Fumble is recovered by Everest. Everest is trailing with a loss of 2 on the play.
Straight in, defense, straight in.
Pass is caught by Tilton. Ball placed at about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal. Tackle made by Warren behind the line of scrimmage. Pass all incomplete, but there is a flag in the play. Pass interference is a call against Tigers. Ball placed at about the 3-yard line. Third down. Justin Sims with a nice tackle. Stop the Everest runner. Tigers get the ball. Zambowski leads the tackle. Loss is well 3. Hosky with the tackle. Ball's placed at the 1-yard line. Firewood carry, flag down at the end of the play. Personal foul against Everest. A 15-yard penalty brings the ball out to the 27-yard line. First down, Tigers. Dribble pass to Byron is good for another Tiger first down. Tiger made the tackle at the 41. Tigers have the ball there, first and 10. Pass was complete to Gale. Holding the ball against the Tigers. called by the Tigers. Again, tonight we are celebrating, recognizing, and honoring
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
UW Stevens
interference against the defense. Ball's placed on the 44-yard line. Still first down. Pass the ball is complete to the 45-yard line of Everest. It'll be a first down for the Tigers. Pass complete to Everest. Another Tiger first down. Ball placed inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Timeout Marshfield.
Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive serves. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
go get one? You're welcome. Nobody else wants one? Okay.
Thank you to our community and fan bases for joining us for tonight's game, highlighting one of the best rivalries in the state of Wisconsin. It seems fitting to honor and celebrate Beal Stadium with our conference foes from DC Everest. At this time, we ask you to turn your attention to Joshua Larson of the Marshfield Police Department.
Good evening. My name is Officer Josh Larson of the Marshfield Police Department. First off, I just want to say thank you once again for your continued support for all first responders that serve our great community. You should all be very proud of yourselves as you definitely set the example for the rest of the nation to follow. You have no idea how much the department and our families appreciate your support, so thank you. I want to thank all current and past law enforcement officers in attendance tonight. Our mission at the Marshfield Police Department is pretty straightforward. We want to partner with all of you to increase safety while reducing crime and fear through a tactic we call progressive policing. The ultimate vision is that we serve all of you through policing excellence. We strive to hit this mark with each call for service we take and each interaction we have with all of you. I want to talk for a second about sacrifice. Before the game started, I had the opportunity to go in the locker room and talk with the team about sacrifice and what it means to me and what it should mean to them and what it means tonight. Webster defines sacrifice as the act of giving something up that one holds special or important. Tonight, our boys will sacrifice their body for the very sport they love. Some of them will never get a chance to play another home game again. They're seniors. This is it. My guess is you're going to see them play their hearts out tonight, and it looks like they have been. On March 22nd, 2017, Everest Metro Police Detective Jason Weiland was shot and killed while responding to a domestic disturbance and multiple shootings call. Police initially responded to a domestic disturbance call at a bank in Rothschild where 2 bank employees had been shot and killed. The subject later killed an attorney at a law office in Schofield before barricading himself inside an apartment complex near the intersection of Ross Avenue and Aspen Street in Weston, Wisconsin. The subject exchanged gunfire with several officers from multiple agencies at the apartment complex. Detective Weiland suffered a fatal gunshot wound before the subject was wounded and taken into custody. The man died of his wounds several days later. Detective Weiland was an 18-year veteran of law enforcement and had served with the Everest Metropolitan Police Department for 15 years. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. We say thank you today to Detective Weiland and his family for their sacrifice. Most of you in attendance tonight realize this is a very, very important night for Beal Stadium. And tonight we say goodbye to the very field which I'm standing on. We celebrate memories and accomplishments it's provided to many of us. We also recognize and give thanks to the man for whom this stadium was named after and the sacrifice that he made. In 1876, Fred Beal was born in West Prussia, Germany. At the age of 3, Fred and his family migrated to the United States, settling here in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Fred joined the United States Army and served in the Spanish-American War. After his discharge from the Army, Fred became a professional wrestler in the late 1890s. During a time when professional wrestlers would fight numerous exhibition matches each month, which kept him on the road constantly. It was not until 1906 that he gained national attention when he defeated Frank Gotch, the reigning American heavyweight wrestling champion. Fred eventually quit wrestling in 1919 and became a police officer in his adopted hometown of Marshfield, Wisconsin in 1921 at the age of 45. On August 5th, 1933, at approximately 3 a.m., Marshfield police officer Fred Beal and fellow officer George Fikesen were sent to a burglary in progress at the Marshfield Brewing Company. Upon arrival, Fred waited out front by the squad in case the suspects ran out in front, while Officer Fikesen entered around back. As he entered the back of the brewery, the suspects opened fire on Fikesen, who engaged in a short shootout. Fred, hearing the gunshots, left the vehicle to go to Fikesen's aid and join in the gunfight. As he rounded the front of the car, one of the suspects exiting the building, firing his weapon at Fred, killing him instantly. The suspects stole the police squad as they made their escape. Marshfield Police Chief William Pappy organized a posse with Wood County Sheriff Martin Bay to hunt down the suspects. It was later learned that one of the suspects was hit by shots fired from Fikesen in the initial gun battle, his body being located in a shallow grave alongside a roadway in Minnesota the very next day. The other two suspects captured shortly after. One received 25 years in prison for his part in Officer Beal's murder, while the other received a life sentence. Fred was 57 years old and had been with the department for 12 years prior to his sacrifice. Every year, the Marshfield Police Department, family and friends gather at this very field, and we pay our respects to Fred. This stadium, Beal Stadium, was named after Fred in his honor on November 12, 1941, and has stayed that way for the last 77 years. Your Marshfield Tigers have played hundreds of football games on this very field and had held countless other athletic events. This field has been the site of boys becoming men. It's where bones have been broken, blood's been shed, tears have fallen, and smiles have graced each game. It's safe to say that this field has served its purpose and provided us with great memories where we have all shared the glory of victory and the sorrows of defeat. A new state-of-the-art complex will become the future home of the Marshfield Tigers, making tonight the very last regular season home football game that will ever be played on this field. With that being said, I ask both teams to play their hearts out tonight and display the same competitive warrior spirit that Fred displayed throughout his life. And I ask all fans, home and visiting, to cheer it as loud as you can in support of your team, and let Officer Beal and Detective Weiland know that we're here one last time. As you head to the concession stands, or just before you exit the north gates on your way out, please take a brief moment to stop at the monument dedicated to Fred Beal. Take time to say a prayer, or just take a moment to think about our military, our first responders and their families throughout the world, and for the sacrifices made for the good of their communities and for your families. At this time, I ask that you all stand and direct your attention to the north end of the field. Please remain silent for the presentation of the Marshfield Police Department Honor Guard.
Honor guard, halt. Honor guard, ready, fire. Ready, fire. Ready, fire. Left, face. Reset, arm.
In conclusion, I ask that you all be safe tonight and be kind to one another. I thank you for your attention, and let's play some football.
And I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple. Thank you, Wheelers.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125.
Return for Katie